Thanks a lot for coming in.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Something about this community appeals to you?
This is a wonderful place to live.
For Kelowna Now, this is Camp Mulgat. And we're joined by Mark and Mya of Mark and Mya fame, a famous traveling duo, human and canine. And you've turned this into a real kind of, I don't know, it's a true life adventure, isn't it, Mark?
Very much so.
But I was asking you just before we began here, as much as you've been able to turn this into a real thing, something you can get involve yourself in advertising, etc. It's not quite a money maker yet, but is it?
No.
Is it on that trajectory? Could it?
Look, I don't think it'll ever be a money maker, as in sort of will be rolling in the cash or anything like that. But it's definitely getting to a stage where it allows me to do it and to travel with her and to keep her sort of going on these adventures with us without actually having to leave her behind at home.
Right, and that's the neatest thing about it. As a dog owner myself, seeing that you guys can go to all these places with this big dog in tow, how does that go for you?
Look, it's actually pretty easy over here compared to back home in Australia. Australia's got a lot to learn from Canada and the US in regards to these things. So when it comes to pet-friendly hotels and national parks, so for example, the Four Seasons in Vancouver, they actually offer a dog-friendly menu for their in-house dining, believe it or not. I think from memory she had, could have been meatloaf or something.
You mean you can order dog food room service?
They've got a room service dog menu, believe it or not.
Wow.
So the hotel itself actually makes money out of being pet friendly.
Right.
You've got the chalets at Big White. Now they might not offer those kind of services, but they do offer pet friendly accommodation, which targets a specific market. There's definitely people these days that no longer view pets as being an animal that's left outside in the backyard. Right. They're a part of the family, and they get brought along sort of, as you were saying before, on these kind of adventures.
I've experienced some of that going to Vancouver from time to time, where you'll see someone walk right into the hotel with their dog, and generally speaking, people react well to that. It sort of livens up the lobby.
Yeah, look, and I think probably 95% of the time it's exactly like that. And the 5% of the time, it's usually someone's got an allergy or something like that. And people just need to be mindful and respectful. So when we go into an elevator in a hotel, we ask people before we get in the elevator whether it's okay if we join them.
Right.
And it's just having that common courtesy and respect for other people as well.
So we talked for about 10 minutes here. Maybe talk about some of your favorite adventures you and Mya have had so far.
Yeah, look, if I had to pick maybe 3 of our favorites, I would say the first one was actually 12 months ago. Hey, pup.
You gonna leave? That's it?
You want to come
you
back?
You didn't like that one?
Come on. Some more cuddles? There we go.
12 months ago.
Good girl. Yeah, 12 months ago, it was just at the start of our trip, actually, and we came to Big White. And it was the first time Mya had really been in a large dog-friendly ski resort. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but the gondola at Big White is pet-friendly. The village is very, very pet-friendly. There's a whole heap of activities like snowshoeing, Nordic skiing, fat biking, whole heap of activities that you can actually do with your dog up at the resort. And compared to, compared to back home in Australia, that's just non-existent. So it was an absolutely amazing experience, and that was realistically our first big opportunity like that. The second I would say is Niagara Falls. Now, I don't know if you've been to Niagara Falls, but it's impressive, isn't it?
Yes.
And to be able to share that experience with my best friend, sort of, who's been everywhere with me, for her to be able to there and just the two of us being able to look at these huge falls, that was pretty incredible as well. And then the third pick I would have to say was only a couple of months ago, and you probably need to know a little bit more about the background of Mya. So when she was just a puppy, she fell in some deep water. She wasn't too sure on water after that. And coming over here, we looked for a lot of different activities that we could do together. And some of the stuff that we started doing was going paddling in canoes and kayaks.
Right.
It took us a little while to get her to feel comfortable with that. But a couple of months ago, we really hit the best or the top of what we were able to do. And we went whitewater rafting together in Squamish. So Canadian outback rafting. They do family-friendly rafting tours, and
Okay,
it's
so
nothing.
hang on. You've got Mya on one of those rafts that's
Yeah.
going to go crashing down the rapids.
Yep. And like she was just like a person, like in that calm, flat water.
Yeah.
She had a big grin on her face, and she was all excited and happy. And then the boat started bouncing up and down, and she's got this look like, "What have you got me in for?" sort of thing. And needed that little bit of extra reassurance as well. But we did it together, and it was an awesome experience.
So she doesn't like to swim.
She doesn't like going out where she can't really put her feet out on the ground.
Okay, so you wouldn't have her swimming beside you when you're, say, kayaking, for instance.
No, she'd prefer to be in the kayak.
In the kayak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you drop for me?
So you gather up photos and bits of video to put on your adventure page.
Yeah. So Mya, come over here. Come on, up you get.
It's just not Mark and Mya without you, Mya.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
So look, when we first came over here, people.
Oh, thanks. I know. Yes. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not going to lick you back. All right.
All right. Come on.
All right.
Bye. Drop.
Okay. No, she's just loving me right now. It's all
Good
right.
girl.
It's
All
okay.
right. So yeah, when we came over here, people said to me, we've got a really unique story, and we should be putting that up on social media. And it started off realistically with us just posting some cute photos of Mya and what we were getting up to. And then it just grew, and people showed more and more interest in it. And we found out that we were inspiring people, and people were wanting to be able to go off and do the same sort of things that we were doing. So since then, we tried creating more of an informative. So whenever we post, we talk about the different activities that we're doing and how people can actually go off and do them themselves. Right. Like I'm definitely not a pro skier or pro snowboarder or rafter or mountain biker. We just get out there and give it a go, and yeah, we get to do it together.
Are there any sort of cautionary tales, that, or any particular little tidbits of advice for someone who wants to travel with a dog, mistakes to avoid, and how do you make it work?
Yeah, look, probably I would say more so than cautionary tales, but one of the difficulties has been particularly with North America. So you've got Canada, you've got the USA, you've got Mexico, 3 different countries. Each country has its own states or provinces. Yeah. And each province or state varies so much from the one that's right next to it with its rules and regulations. So that's probably one of the challenges is just to get that information out there and see what is acceptable and what's not.
Right.
We've been in hotels, pet-friendly hotels in California, where they've got restaurants, and they've actively encouraged us to be in the restaurant. And we've got photos of Mya sitting up at the dinner table, sort of being very well dinner mannered and not trying to do anything inappropriate, take food off the table or anything like that, but just sitting there politely. Where in British Columbia, different health regulations prevent her from even being within a patio. So just finding out what's acceptable and what's not in those different locations is a bit of a challenge, and that's one of the reasons why we share those tips.
Right, so you'll check ahead before you make a trip and
I find some services like TripAdvisor. There's a new app out there called Pet Bar that shares a whole heap of different community-based information about pet-friendly hotels or different pet services out there that definitely help.
Right. You know, it is amazing how much you guys have been able to do. You know, I would think if I was going to plan this out, I'd probably choose a smaller dog that I could, tuck in my baggage more easily. But you've built up quite a resume. Yeah, look,
I'll be honest. It wasn't really something that we planned. So I'm not sure if you know our backstory. It's a little bit sad. My father actually passed away very, very suddenly about 4 years ago. And we were out for my birthday drinks, actually. And we'd been out for dinner, been out for some drinks, and he just had a massive heart attack. And like, I hate my last words to him. My last words, he asked me whether we were going to catch the bus back to our accommodation. And I said, it's a 100-meter walk, you lazy bastard. That's how unexpected it was. So he'd been planning a trip around Australia for like 15 years. And the fact that he was only a couple of years away from doing it, but he'd been planning it for so long and he never got that opportunity, really showed me that I actually needed to seize the now and kind of make the most of things. So I've been wanting to come to Canada ever since I was 16, but I had Mya with me, and I felt I couldn't just leave her behind. She was a part of my family. I'd chosen to bring her into my family. She hadn't made that decision.
Careful.
So it was something that just came about where I went, well, I want to make this happen. It might not be easy, but we've got to make it work. And as time has gone on and we've learnt different things, it's definitely become easier. And I'm hoping now that we're getting more information out there, it'll be easier for other people as well.
Fantastic. So Mya kind of helped you through that.
Oh, definitely. I'll be honest. She's definitely been there through some tough times in my life, and yeah, we're best buds. She's really in tune to like, she's not an emotional support or therapy dog, but I can tell you right now, if I'm upset, she's by my side straight away.
Yeah.
She's giving me kisses, trying to cheer me up, and
On some level, they all are.
yeah, exactly. And that's why, like, they're such great companion animals. Like,
Yeah.
they're just so loyal. And
If you ever needed a dog sitter, by the way,
Yeah?
I think I can hook you up.
all right.
Thanks
thank
a
you.
lot, Mark and Mya, for coming in. And thank you for watching Kelowna Now. Okay?